I welcome all of you in the online class of Remedial English. Today our topic of discussion is related to our fourth lesson of undergraduate book, and the lesson is The Door Swings Open. In the very beginning, what does the title The Door Swings Open represent here? We have to discuss this thing. In the title of this lesson, we can see all words are clear, but there is just one word, the word swings, that create hindrance here in the very title to understand its meaning. We have to see the meaning of this word swings here, and we have to extract out the meaning of this word according to the nature of the lesson. The word swings means to move. Actually, the word swings in the title of the lesson means to move. So title denotes that how was the world moved and changed when the first lady Elizabeth Blackwell entered in the Geneva Medical College. There was a lady, first American lady, Elizabeth Blackwell, who joined medical college in Geneva first time in the history, and she is considered as first medical lady as well, or medical doctor in the world. Now, in this slide's main points, there are certain important points on which whole story of this lesson surrounds. We have to discuss the main theme or main circle or the topic of the lesson here. Actually, the lesson is about one of the American medical students, Elizabeth Blackwell. This lady wanted to join medical college. She submitted her application in the very beginning. She was the first medical lady in the world who came at the front to become a doctor, and she applied in one of the boys medical college. There were no medical colleges for the girls. Even girls of that time were not given education, so she was the first lady or the girl who joined boys medical college at that time. It seemed great challenge for higher authorities when they got the application of Elizabeth in the medical college. Higher authorities seemed also as powerless, and it was very much difficult for them to allow lady in the boys medical college. But this lady had big recommendation of Dr. Philadelphia, who supported her, and it is this doctor, due to this doctor, the support of this doctor, the lady Elizabeth Blackwell joined medical college, and higher authorities also allowed in that college as well. And there, due to the recommendation of Philadelphia, higher authorities pay special heed to this lady. Then it was decided to give power of decision to the students of the college. Higher authorities seemed at that time as powerless and unauthoritative. So they gave the decision to take power to their students of the college, boys students of the college, in order to approve or disapprove the application of this lady Elizabeth Blackwell. It took much time, and students of the college were also confused as well, but students of college became agree in the last. Later on, acceptance letter was also issued to this lady as well. After some time, Elizabeth joined the college. When this lady joined the college, at that time, conditions of college students were not good. What were their conditions and why their conditions were not good at that time? What actually the students of the college did at that time, Actually, the students of the college were in completely disorder. They were rude, they were boisterous, and they were riotous as well. And it seemed difficult for teachers to take classes in the peaceful environment. Even the neighborhood of college had started protested for the bad behavior of students. The college was in the residential area, therefore, it created multiple issues. When in all these conditions, Elizabeth first time entered in the classroom of 150 boys students with the dean of college, she was very frightened and diffident as well. Despite of this, she showed firm and determined expression on her face. Her entry in the class was magic, and other students sat silently and quietly. It was also difficult for Lady to manage or to sit in the class of 150 boys. But despite of all these conditions, she didn't show any fear to other students, other teachers of the college. She showed her firm and determined expression on her face because she had just one thing in her mind, to get the education and to become a medical lady. And she knew that she will be first medical student in the whole world, and she will be remembered in the history as well. So she faced all of those difficulties and hindrances, and she seemed as satisfied as well, or despite of facing all those difficulties. And when all of the students sat silently after looking the entrance of the Lady Elizabeth Blackwell, it was the first time that lecture was given without disturbance or distraction in the class by the teacher, and everyone heard it carefully. This sudden change in the class in college proved positive, and it became habit to take classes distinctively. And all students also enjoyed their lectures as well. So I have told you in a very nutshell that what is in this lesson, the door swings open. I've told you the story. It is actually the story about the Elizabeth Blackwell and her struggle, that how she became first lady medical students or for medical doctor in the history, and how it was difficult for higher authorities to take decision to allow first girl into medical college of the boys. But we saw that how the her determined and determined and firm expression on her face, and how she was happy when she joined her medical college. Now we have to see what are the different the difficult words in this lesson. We have to see their meanings as well. I have written 10 words here, and their meaning is also written here. You can see the words in the black color, and their meaning is written in the red color in this slide. You have to read down all of the words and their meaning. These words and their meaning will help you to understand the story when you will read this lesson completely. And again, another benefit that you can get from the meaning of these words is that these words are also given in your exercises as well, where you are asked to write down the meaning of these words, or sometimes the meaning is given and it is asked to write down one word for this meaning. So you can take help from this slide as well in order to solve your exercises. And what are those 10 difficult words? Number one word is often. What is the meaning of the word often? It means cause to feel upset and annoyed. Another word that we have, expedient. It means it convenient. Third one word is unanimously. It means with the agreement of all. Number fourth word is dismay, means shock or surprise. Number fifth, nerve breaking, stress or anxiety. Number six is boisterous, noisy. I have written the meaning of these words according to the nature of this lesson, because you know that one single word has multiple meanings. So more than 100 meanings can be there. We have to write down the meaning according to the nature of this lesson.
Yes.
Seventh word is riotous. It means disorder, out of control. Eighth word is diffident. It means shy or bashful. Ninth word is bedlam, an institution where mental people are kept. Number 10 word is desperados. Now we have to move forward. And in the last, after this, we have the last one slide. That is the thank you. That is the slide is also there is one slide. The second last slide that discusses the main themes of this lesson. There are two main themes in this lesson. Number one theme is difficulties for girls education. Number second theme is women, the symbol of harmony. There are many other themes as well in this lesson. You can take out other themes by your choice as well. It depends on you people that how do you read this lesson and how do you get information and how do you understand the meaning of this lesson. We have to discuss these topics or these main themes in the detail, that what actually these two main themes represent here. Number one main theme is difficulties for girls education. As our discussion shows that how much it is tough and complex to allow girls to get education. Just one application of the girl in medical college brought many issues for higher authorities. They seemed as powerless at that time because Elizabeth was the first lady who wanted to join medical college of the boys, and there were no other medical colleges at that time. In this situation, different people have different ideas related to girls' education. Some rejected it and others favored them. So we can say girls' education was the biggest problem of the society and until it's a huge issue today as well. You can bring other ideas as well for this main topic of the lesson. Whatever your experiences are there in your life, whatever you have prior knowledge about girls education, that how they face different type of restrictions and hindrances during getting education, and how these girls face those problems in their life and what type of the problems they face when they try to get the education. So you can discuss all of these things here. You can go beyond this lesson as well in order to explain this theme generally. And another main theme is women, the symbol of harmony. No doubt, woman is a symbol of peace and harmony. She is a symbol of unity. She unites all at one platform. She tries to bring solace and comfort in their life through her behavior and manner. As we have witnessed in the case of Elizabeth, we saw how badly students disturb their teachers. Boys students disturb their teachers, particularly in the medical college and during the class, and how they created issues for the residents of that area as well. In all these situations, it is the Elizabeth who came there and she proved as blessing for the college and for the students as well, and she brought comfort and peace for the residents, and for the teachers as well. Due to her entrance in the class, uh, teachers gave their lectures easily in an in peaceful environment. Before her entrance, it was very much difficult to deliver the lecture in an appropriate and suitable environment. So we have discussed all of these things. Now we have ended our lesson here. We have discussed our lesson in the very nutshell and in summarized way, that what is in this lesson and what are the main themes of the lesson. Now we can go at the back and we can go for solving the exercises as well. We have to solve our exercises now. In the very starting of the book, you can see when this our lesson ends, there is the exercise D. What is in this exercise? I can tell you each and everything, but I will not help you to solve all of these exercises. I can guide you and instruct you that what is in these exercises. Then further, it depends on you that how you are solving those exercises. Exercise D, in exercise D, meaning of the words is given there. meaning is given there. You have to write one word for that meaning. You can see meanings are given there, and in front of these meanings, paragraph numbers are also given in the brackets. For example, in the A, in this exercise, in the A, it is written jobs that need a lot of education and training. What is the particular term that we use for this meaning? And you can find out that particular term from the paragraph number 1 of the lesson. And that particular word that needs lot of education and training is the word of profession. So in this way, you have to solve all of this exercise, and you have to see the particular words for the meaning of all these words. Now we can move forward. I have done just one word for you, that how you can solve this exercise. Further, you will solve this exercise by yourself. In this exercise of D, we have another part as well. What is in this part? In this part, two boxes or two columns are there. Meanings of the sentences is incomplete without matching column A with the column B. You have to match column A with the column B in order to complete the sentences and their meaning. So you have to again solve this exercise by yourself. You can solve this exercise by looking at your lesson. When you will finish your reading of the lesson, then you can solve these exercises easily. Now, what is in this exercise of E? In this exercise, there are two partners, S1 and S2. S1 tells the story of Elizabeth to S2, while S1 is not able or unable to use the right word. So he left some blanks here, and it is S2 that will provide appropriate words to S1 in order to fill those blanks, or in order to complete the meaning of the ideas here. You can see the words are given here as well. These are the words that you have to use in this story of Elizabeth. You can see the story of Elizabeth is also discussed here by S1, and while when he discusses this story, at some sentences we can see three dots are given. These three dots represent blank within this story. So we have to put those particular words here in these blanks. I will read this story, and I will tell you here that what type of the words, what are the suitable words that we can put here or keep here in order to fill these blanks. Yes, I remember the incident quite well. Miss Blakewell wanted to become a doctor, but a lot of people were against the idea. And when her application was considered, there was a lot of her opposition. In the first blank, you will put the word opposition. However, she had been recommended by a very influential doctor, and of course, we didn't want him to be offended. Second blank will be the word offended. You have to write down the word offended in the second blank. We didn't know what to do until someone suggested that the student body should be asked to consider the matter. We were sure that when they saw her application, they would turn down. Third blank would be turned down. So we decided to turn the matter over to them. However, the result surprised us. They voted to admit Miss Blackwell. In fact, the vote in her favor was unanimous. Number fourth word is unanimous. Some students wanted the college to be the first to train a woman doctor so that they could be genuine. Fifth one is genuine. Others thought women should be treated equally, and this belief was quite a boast about it. Sixth one is boast about it. So Miss Blackwell had to be admitted by the college authorities. Seven blank would be authorities. So she became the first woman to enter the medical profession. Last one would be the world profession here in the blank of this story. So we have used all these words in order to fill these blanks. Now, what happened first? This in these 12 sentences, the events of Elizabeth Blackwell's life are discussed here, but these events are not in a chronological manner in the series. We have to keep these sentences in the chronological manner by step. So I'm telling you that what would be the first sentence in the event of the what is the first event that occurred in the life of Elizabeth, and what is the third event, what is the second, third, fourth. In this way, I will tell you here the 12 events of Elizabeth in the chronological manner. You have to note all of these events in the series. Number one sentence are the events that happened in the Elizabeth Blackwell's life was Elizabeth applied to Geneva College. Number second, the college authorities consider Elizabeth's application. Number third sentence would be the students consider Elizabeth's application. Number fourth sentence would be the students approved Elizabeth's application. Number five sentence would be the student informed the authorities of their decision. Number six sentence, Elizabeth received her letter of admission. Number seven, Elizabeth set for Geneva College. Number eight, Elizabeth arrived at Geneva College. Number 9, Elizabeth appeared in the lecture room for the first time. Number 10, Elizabeth was introduced to the students by the dean. Number 11, the students fell completely silent. Number 12, the students begin to behave like gentlemen. In this way, you have to write down all of these 12 sentences in the chronological way, in the series well, in the serial manner.
मैम
Now,
ये फिर
what
से
if,
रिपीट करें मैम.
okay. Number one, you can just write down numbers on these sentences. Do not write these sentences completely. Now, you can just write down the numbers on these sentences in your book. Number one sentence or number one event is Elizabeth applied to Geneva College. Elizabeth applied to Geneva College. This is a number one sentence. Other event. Number second is the college authorities consider Elizabeth's application. Number third, the students consider Elizabeth's application. Number fourth, the students approve Elizabeth's application. Number five, the students inform the authorities of their decision. Number six, Elizabeth received her letter of admission. Number seven, Elizabeth set for Geneva College. Number 8, Elizabeth arrived at Geneva College. Number 9, Elizabeth appeared in the lecture room for the first time. Number 10, Elizabeth was introduced to the students by the dean. Number 11, the students fell completely silent. Number 12, the student began to behave like gentlemen. So we have solved this exercise. Now we have questions here. There are 4 questions here. Number 1 question and number 4 questions are related to your prior knowledge. You have to provide the answer of these questions from your own side. While number 2nd and number 3rd question are related to your lesson. You have to provide the answer of both of these questions from your lesson after reading the lesson. Number 1 question is, why do you think people said that only a man could be a doctor? The answer will be from your side. It is general question that what is the reason that it is said men could be just doctor. Females are not allowed to be a doctor. What are the reasons and causes? You have to provide reasons and causes here. In the second question, who played an important part in getting Elizabeth Blackwell accepted at Geneva College? I already told you that Elizabeth had the support of one of the influential doctor, Philadelphia. By her support, she got the admission in the Medical College of Geneva. So you have to mention the name of this uh, doctor uh, for solving this question. Give two ways in which he helped. In what ways he helped to Elizabeth Blackwell in order to get admission in medical college. You have to mention or explain both of those two ways here. Number third question is why does a writer describe Elizabeth's introduction to the students as dramatic? When you will read this lesson, then you will come across this thing as well, and you will get the answer by reading this lesson. So it is easy to describe this situation. When Elizabeth was introduced in the class, at that time the situation was very much different, and introduction to the Elizabeth's introduction was considered as a dramatic in front of the other students, because in the class when there were 150 male students or boys students, and among those boys students, when one lady is introduced in front of them, and it is told to the students that now this single girl will sit in front of you or with among you people, and she will also attend classes with you people, then the situation sometimes seems as awkward. So you have to mention here that why the situation seemed as a dramatic at that time when Elizabeth was introduced in front of the students. So you have to give answers of all those questions here. Now we have the last one exercise, pictorial writing or picture conversation. You can see here, you have the book with yourself as well. You can see in your book this picture clearly. You have to by looking at this picture, you have to answer all of these questions, and these questions will help you to understand the nature of this picture. For example, someone give you this picture as a task and ask from you people to mention this picture. Then you have to take example from these questions as well. These questions are taken from this picture. The answers of these questions will come from this picture. By looking at this picture, you can understand the situation, you can understand the scenario, you can tell that how people are reacting, how people are behaving, how people are sitting, what people are doing there, what is the condition, why they are gathered here, what they are discussing here. Multiple type of the ideas come in our mind. So this topic is related to our pictorial writing as well.